Let's get it.
To my friends and family that voted for Trump this year, I know you're busy celebrating. I'm sure that seeing my grief makes you uncomfortable.
Hey, don't make me uncomfortable.
You might think I'm overreacting, being too sensitive.
You are overreacting.
Or maybe you believe that I wouldn't understand how you would feel.
I don't understand why you have a fish hook in your mouth. That's shit crazy.
But you're wrong. This isn't about political differences.
Oh, but it is about political differences.
This time is very, very personal.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
As I look around, I see so many of you on your soapboxes celebrating the looming mass deportation of immigrants.
Good. Fuck them.
I assume being willfully ignorant that deporting immigrants will only increase your grocery prices.
It won't just increase grocery prices. What it will do is it will alleviate all of the fucking strain of our country where we're giving money to these illegals that should be going to our citizens. It also frees up, let's say, shelters, it frees up jobs, it frees up a lot of bullshit. And also they siphon money and send it back to their countries, billions of dollars every year. So we stop spending billions of dollars on them. We stop letting them siphon billions of dollars off of us. Yeah. We keep our resources for our legal citizens and the immigrants who come here the right way. What is the problem? Also, girl, you you literally have a I can't even say it right. I'm sorry, I just woke up. A fish's hook in your fucking mouth, and I'm supposed to take this seriously?
And contribute to a downfall of a country that they are deeply woven into.
They're so deeply woven into it that they've been here for 20 years and they still can't speak a speck of English. Right? So deeply woven into. I'm so tired of these empathetic, these super emotional, empathy ass types of chicks who want to sit here and they want to worry and they want to fight other people's fights. Meanwhile, you get what I'm saying? All of the bullshit that's happening over here is because of them. So when they end up getting attacked, when they end up getting raped, when they end up getting their face smashed in with a fucking rock because somebody came from another place where they didn't belong over here and they don't assimilate like they're supposed to do because America's a melting pot. When they get their face smashed in, then it's, oh, that's terrible, but we shouldn't blame them. They're just like us. They're just our unhoused neighbors. Man, no one's taking that shit anymore. No one cares about that shit anymore.
I hear you complaining about the cost of eggs and the price of gas.
Bro, do y'all remember when the cost of eggs was literally $9? I was in the hood. The cost of eggs was $9 in the hood, bro. Do you know how insane that was? And here's the crazy thing. The price of eggs was $9 in a impoverished area, right? A regular supermarket, a C-town. The price of eggs was $9. I went to a nicer area in the same state, right? Where they were able to probably grow their own eggs or whatever. The price of eggs was still high. It was $7, but it wasn't $9. What the fuck does that say? That says that guess who that it hurts the most? The people who need it the most. It ain't the people who's able to do for themselves and fend for themselves and probably got their own supply lines, can grow their own shit. But this woman wouldn't know the difference in that. She wouldn't feel she would feel the difference because she's not a Cardi B, but she'll sit there and gaslight you like and no one feels the difference.
Seemingly ignoring that women are dying every single day.
So are men.
They don't have safe legal access to reproductive health care.
Bro, abortion is not reproductive health care. There are plenty of measures you can take to not get pregnant. You're making excuses for being a hoe. That's all you're making excuses for. You have, I can't remember where the number is. I think somebody pointed it out to me and showed me it's almost like 40 different ways, which is crazy in my head. You have multiple ways to not get pregnant. You women are so fucking crazy that you're willing to sit there and not only be like, we're going to opt out, which we're like, go ahead, do it. You're not just going to try to opt out. You want to take men with you. You want to hurt men. Because we're just like, do it. We support you in any stupid thing you do. Go ahead. You want to opt out of society? Go ahead. And you're just like, so you're just gonna accept us not giving it out no more? But fuck it. We're gonna poison men like that one lady in the past poisoned 600 something men. We're gonna start poisoning men. You're fucking crazy. Again, we should start removing these people from society permanently. Not killing them, but just like we know who they are forever. Let them die out.
excuse me if I simply cannot wrap my head around such a selfish, short-sighted point of view.
You're excused. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you. Is that what you want? You're excused.
The reality is, whether you're ready to hear it or not, your vote for Trump shows me that your compassion does not extend beyond your own backyard.
No. And what your vote in support for Kamala Harris shows is that you claiming to have moral superiority at the cost and destruction of everything else around us, you don't live in reality. That's the reality of that. When you let your emotions sit there and dictate to you the destruction of your livelihood. Come on now. Come on now.
You bought the fear sold by the right-wing propaganda machine.
And you bought the fear supplied by the left wing.
You abandoned women, trans kids, immigrant families.
There it is. Trans kids.
Convinced that somehow this was protecting your interests.
It is.
Protecting things that were never even at risk.
But they were.
Meanwhile, me and mine haven't slept in days.
Good.
Wondering, come January 22nd, whose rights and safeties will be stripped away first.
You're not losing any rights.
When the walls come crashing down, when inflation spikes and housing costs threaten you, when your daughters suffer because...
You mean like what it's been doing for the last 4 fucking years when they've been printing money endlessly? You know, it's always crazy when it's like women will literally sit here and they'll talk soft, but everything that's coming out of their mouth is complete fucking bullshit. I forgot what video it was. It was a TED Talk video where there was this girl who was trying to advocate for pedophilia. And she was like, my friend Jonas is sexually attracted to some bullshit, but she was saying it soft. And because she's saying it soft, you're more willing to listen to the bullshit. This is all bullshit. The music, the inspirational coming out the closet, YMCA music, the her sitting there talking about, oh, she understands more than you, and then at the same time being condescending. She doesn't understand shit. And all of the shit that she's saying is literally projection. Everything that she literally says, you can just put a mirror up and be like, here you go. Here's a Uno reverse card. There you go. There you go. There you go.
They can't access medical care. When your elderly parents face a broken system with no one to help them, please don't come to me for comfort or support.
Why would I? You have a fish hook in your fucking mouth. Why would I? If I was you, I'd be more worried about the fisherman that is coming to try to get trying to get you back, because clearly you escaped the line. He coming. He clearly has unfinished business with you.
Because you left us when we needed you most. And we won't forget that. When you say you love me, when you say you do anything for me.
You see? That's what she's so used to. That's what a lot of these women, these delusional women, are so used to. They are so used to men sacrificing. They are so used to men standing up and letting them have a seat. They are so used to men opening the doors for them. They are so used to all of these things. Meanwhile, they were never taught at a young age. Boys are taught to be nice to women, to be soft to women, that girls are not the same as boys. Women are not taught these things. Men have to sit there and they have to try their very best to protect. That's what we do. We're protectors. Women don't even protect a man's heart. This is something that should be taught. Women are just taught to do whatever the fuck that they want to do, and then eventually some dude to pick them up. They don't learn anything about basically being maturing. They don't learn anything about being protecting, just as much as men in the sense. They don't learn any of this, and then they sit there and they get upset when things don't go their fucking way, when they are not compatible with those type of men. But of course, the men that she's probably dealt with, let's be honest here, a bunch of dudes that all they want to do is fuck, because we keep seeing this fucking pattern. We see it all the time with these type of people. They think that they know all of men, but all of the men they dealt with, they're still not in relationships with, because women are the ultimate chameleons when it comes down to this shit. Now you got all of these women that they support MAGA, who never supported MAGA before. They're going to wait until they see who's going to win, and they're going to go for the winners. This is kind of like the thing that I was saying with the island. You put 5 dudes on an island and you put 15 to 30 girls on an island. The girls initially will sit there and they will try to pretend that they can do the same exact things as men is. Those 5 men will be much more proficient than those women. It's not to sit there and say there's no phenomenal women out there, but the woman that is literally the women in that group that will sit there that will actually be trying to make the women proficient, they will get shouted down by other women because of their feelings. Eventually, what's going to end up happening, there will be a breakdown between the women. And what's going to end up happening is that you're going to see those same women start to portray the other women to mess with the guys. And eventually, what's going to end up happening with those is that those women that are betraying those other women for the guys, you're going to see more women going over there and fighting for the same men, for the same exact men. That's exactly what will happen. That will be the reality of things. But because we live in this world which was built by men, where women can be as safe as they are and they can sit on their pedestals, on their soapboxes and do shit like this, and they don't really know the real realities of the real world, we have to sit in here and listen to this bullshit.
Those words fall flat now.
No, they don't.
When my rights are stripped away, when my existence is threatened, how will you protect me?
But you can't fucking
beside
suck?
me?
Bro, what is that?
Push against those who mean harm to me? Will you protest loudly? Fight fiercely for me when I am persecuted? Or will you yet again tell me that I'm just being too sensitive and overdramatic? I know what love is.
No, you don't.
This isn't it.
You don't know what love is. You don't know what love is, because if you knew what love was, abortion would, the way that you're trying to sit there and get abortion done, that wouldn't even cross your fucking mind. If you truly knew what love was, you would see that what you're doing right now is very stupid. You're not even really empathetic. You know what? I'm calling bullshit. This girl's not even really empathetic. You want to know why? Because she's not thinking about everyone. She's not thinking about everyone. She's thinking about a certain selected few. You know what we call that? Selfishness. That's what we call it. Moms sacrifice every day. They wake up early. They make sure that their man's food is ready for work if he's a hardworking man. They make sure that their kids' lunches or whatever's done. They make sure that the house is tidy. They sacrifice every single fucking day. Every single fucking day they sacrifice. That's love. Men, a lot of men don't want to work those long ass hours, but they do it. You know why they do it? To the point that they come home and they're exhausted. Sometimes they don't even take a shower. Their girl have to help. The girl got to make sure that the shower's ready so that it's appealing enough for him to go into the shower, to take a shower before he passes out. You know why we do it? Because we love. It's called sacrifice. It's called being bigger than your little worldviews, your little tribalistic worldviews. This shit is sad. It's sad that these women are this broken, and I don't think there's any helping them. And in fact, not only is there no helping them, but the biggest problem, and what I'm afraid of, is that these women are gonna come back and renege on all of the crazy shit that they're doing, and they're gonna basically chameleon themselves back into the dating pool. They're gonna chameleon themselves back into whatever, and some poor dude's gonna sit there and he's not gonna be able to see all of the shit in the past that she's done, because she's gonna wipe it all off. She's gonna realize that she was being stupid, which that's fine. But men should know. Men should know that at some point this woman held these beliefs in her head. I don't care how indoctrinated this woman had became. I don't care who caught her, who tricked her, who lied to her. At this point, this just needs to be shown. This needs to be shown. So in the future, a guy can be like, you know what? Yeah, you were a fucking spaz. Then you're capable of being a spaz, which is fine. Find someone else. Because I'm opting away from women like you.
So no. I won't put aside the differences between us and hold space for you. I did that last time.
Women never held space.
I tried to forgive, to understand, to find compassion and make peace with our political rifts. I tried to believe that there was still a place for us in each other's lives. But I was left backstabbed, gutted, and betrayed by the very people who are still trying to say they love me. This time it's different. If you're truly surprised that I'm burning bridges as I process all of this, you didn't know me in the first place. Maybe in time I'll feel differently, when my grief and anger and rage have subsided, when I'm able to reclaim some compassion. Maybe one day I'll be able to see the possibility of together despite our differences.
And we're not going to want you. We're not going to want you. Nobody should want you. You should, when you decide that you want to opt out, that should be it. Make sure you really think about that decision. And here's the thing, they want their cake and to eat it too. There's plenty of men, sadly, that will still pick women who they know have opted out. Those type of men, that's fine. But no, you know what they're going to go for? They're going to go for the strong individual men that stood their ground. They're not going to want those guys who agree with them with opting out. In fact, they probably blame the guys who agree with them with opting out because we already seen these women don't like male feminists. Most male feminists are fucking predators. But here's the thing, they're gonna try to go for the men who are strong, who know how to lead. Not you. You don't. It doesn't even have to be that. That's just something that you. It's just something that's in us, right? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be the man does everything and the woman just sits there and follows type of leadership. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just men who strong in their convictions, care about her, love her, all of that shit. And she'll be able to see that. She'll be able to see, oh, this is a real one and this is the one I want. And that guy should not take this woman seriously, should not take her back, should not even fuck her. Should stay far away from her because consequences are important.